Now, Russia has again hit cities and energy infrastructure in Ukraine overnight. Ukrainian authorities have said that 10 people were killed, 40 were wounded in the attacks, including on a residential building in the western city of Ternopil. Ukraine's energy ministry says power cuts are affecting a number of regions, and this comes as Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky's travelled to Turkey for talks with his counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Well, our defence correspondent Jonathan Beale has the latest on those attacks on Ukraine.
Pretty much the whole country is suffering power outages at various times. Most of them scheduled power outages, but there are emergency ones too when particular power stations have been hit. And again last night, they were among the targets. The focus of last night's strikes, and look at the numbers, 470 one-way attack drones fired from Russia, 48 missiles fired from Russia. Now, Ukraine is getting better at shooting those down, but inevitably when you're firing that sort of number, some get through. And as you say, particularly hitting focused, it seems, on western Ukraine. And that strike on apartment blocks in Ternopil, we know has caused a large number of civilian casualties. Latest figures we hear, at least 10 killed, dozens injured, including children. It is the biggest attack on that city of about just over 200,000 people in western Ukraine since the start of the war. So they are having to deal with this on a daily basis, and then also trying to rebuild their energy infrastructure, which then gets hit again. And it is very, very difficult, as you say, with winter approaching, and it is getting much colder. You can feel it.
And Jonathan, on that trip of Zelensky's to Turkey, is he hoping that Turkey will take up that role of a negotiator with Russia? What's the aim of this trip?
Well, I think when it comes to the so-called peace negotiations, which haven't got very far, it is the US leading that. What I think the significance of Turkey is that President Erdogan is somebody who speaks to Russia. He has friendly relations with President Putin, and he has friendly relations with President Zelensky, and he can be a mediator. So I think more crucially and more immediately, when you're talking about prisoner exchanges, Turkey can help. Turkey, as a matter of interest, has supplied weapons to Ukraine in the past. I don't think it's publicly admitted that, but it has helped Ukraine to some extent. But really, I think the background of what you could call the peace negotiations that haven't gone very far are still being led by the US, and we know that Steve Witkoff, who is President Trump's right-hand man when it comes to talking peace, has led the negotiations in the past, has been in contact with the Russians. There have been further discussions. We don't